you don't have a discipline problem, you don't have a motivation problem. You have a desire problem. And if you clicked on this video, this tells me so much about you. It tells me you actually care about your goals, who you want to be in life, and that you want to lock in. So if you want to know how to lock in and change your life, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, then continue watching. Like I said before, there's a difference. The first stage is motivation. We all know this, we can always have motivation to go to the gym, but motivation, it comes and goes. So second, you need discipline. Discipline, whether you feel like it or not, you do what you say you're going to do. Third, this becomes obsession. And this is where you are so obsessed. Literally everything you think about, every habit that you do, you put your goals into consideration. So like for me with the gym, like no matter where I do, what I go, what I eat, I always have my future self in mind and my goal in mind. So literally the first thought when I wake up, I'm like, I'm so grateful. Thank you, God. My second thought is, let's lock in. This is another day to make the most out of it and, push past our limits and become better than who I was yesterday. That is literally my thought every single day. You have to ask yourself, what do you want to be in this life? We only have one, so make the most out of it. You want to become a billionaire? Do what billionaires would do. Have the mentality of a billionaire. You should already be doing and thinking like how your future self would be. So whatever actions they do to get there, how they think, what they eat, how their lifestyle is, you have to replicate that. And it's not just a one day thing. Those small actions, they might seem small, but over time they do build up and they compound into what your goals will be. So that's why I always say consistency is everything. With consistency and a good mentality, you can achieve anything you want to in this life, and that is a fact. So if you want to lock in with your physique goals, for example, consistency. It's all about, I literally just posted a reel about this. Imperfect action is better than perfect action. Okay, so yes, you're tired. Okay, I have one of my clients, he literally works 50 to 60 hours a week. Do you think he's tired? Yes, of course he is. He worked literally 50 hours a week, but he still goes to the gym even though he is tired. He might not have a perfect workout, but he still put his foot in the gym and put in the reps. And that is better than not going to the gym at all. A bad workout is better than no workout at all, okay? And every single rep, every single set counts for something. Consistency. Consistency is everything. And there was actually a study, it was so cool. They compared like two bodybuilders. One, he went to the gym and did like 10 reps, but consistently more often. And there was one who just did like 100 once. And they compared them over time. And the one who did only 10, but like multiple days of doing that, saw way more progress and got way more muscle than the other guy who just did one set of 100, every now and then. So consistency is everything. And then second, if you want to get to your goals, you have to have a good mentality. I always say strong body equals strong mind. If you're my client, I always tell you this. Mentality is everything. And that is what I think makes or breaks someone who can make this a long-term thing in general. You have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want your goal? Because if you wanted it that bad, you will literally do anything, and I mean anything it takes to get there. You might have to sacrifice some things, but it'll be worth it in the end because you will get to your goal. Like for me, for example, I honestly had to sacrifice a lot in life. I had to sacrifice time with my friends, saying no to certain foods, saying no to certain hangouts. But I know in the end, that is what my future self will thank me for. And look at me now. If you know me, you know my transformation. And saying no to those things helped me in the long run. So I just believe that if you wanted it that bad, you'll do anything it takes to get there. It's not a discipline problem, it's a desire problem. Ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And I know we can get to these goals together, guys. We got this. We support each other here. I love our community and I appreciate every single one of you for watching. And it's not a matter of if, but when. So stay pushing past your limits and stay killing it.